welcome Meenakshi, welcome Lieutenant General Jha. It's a pleasure to be here. I know we're at the end of the session today, but I just want to say that it was an honor to read this book. It's really, this is like a daughter's love letter to her father, isn't it? This is something that Vikas and me were sharing. I was actually quite moved. I had to put it down now and then and, become aware of the lump in my throat, remembering my father. But let's move to this, Meenakshi. It's called Soldier On. And Meenakshi comes from a family of Punjabi Hindus, born in, have you said, Ambersar? Ambersar. It's a lineage of patriotism. I was fascinated by the history going back to the court of Maharaja Ranjit Singh, where one of your forefathers, I think Mr. Beli Ram, right? He was the treasurer of his Tosha Khana. He fought, he allowed himself to be tortured, but to protect the Kohinoor. Now, we have limited time. I'd love to go back into all of that. But to move forward, Meenakshi, the narrative of this book, first to come back to your motivation of writing this, called Soldier On, and the title. Very evocative, but over to you. Could you, just some insights about why you wrote, why you chose the narrative. I'm not, no spoilers here to tell you what the narrative is, but over to you, Meenakshi.
Good evening, everybody, and thank you so much for having me here on such a large platform and to talk about something which is very close to my heart. I feel everybody's first book would be something which is a piece of them, but this Soldier On is definitely about a soldier, so it's a military book, but it's really about, like she said, a legacy of patriotism. The idea began with just documenting and recording something which I felt deserved to be preserved. But at certain points, it became important to bring out resilience, overcoming odds. But most important, family and the Indian Army or whatever chosen profession or motivation you've had. So I think that really would be my inspiration.
Okay. And it's really interesting how you record that it was conversations over Zoom. And correct me if I'm wrong, it was during the pandemic. That's right. That you started recording, becoming aware of time passing, right? And that you needed to capture these memories. And okay, so the narrative is in her father's voice, which gets it even more, it kind of grips you because from the age of 15, when he runs away from home to become a cadet, right? And then joins the 17th Sikh Regiment and the challenges, the hardships, the marriage, all of that. It's romantic. And I think the life of the soldier at that point for us was it was rose tinted. It was romance and all, the adventure. General Jha, I don't want to sort of date you, but to say that you also embody that romance. You're a highly decorated soldier from the 17th Sikh Regiment. They don't make them like that anymore, do they?
I was just soldiers like that anymore.
Yeah. What has anything changed?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Soldiers are the same. It's basically the leaders. And leader like a father,
right,
very rare to find. In fact, I have not served with him, but we are from the same unit. And by God's grace, today the unit is over here in Jaipur. Same unit that he commanded. And CO is also sitting there, the present commanding officer.
And where is he right now? Oh, wonderful. Yeah, thank you for being here. Right.
So once I read this book, somewhat it has already been mentioned, but it's a really befitting tribute to a soldier by his daughter.
Yeah.
Punita, you mentioned the first person narrative and the Zoom calls, and I just want to tell all of you that the pandemic was game changing for all of us. But for certain people who were in their so-called sunset of their life, I think time was passing by so fast that the sense of urgency had begun. And that's how this little you know, he was inspired by Tuesdays with Maury, those of you who've read Tuesdays with Maury. And he actually told me, you know, like Tuesdays with Maury, you can have Fridays with me. And I was like, but why Maury? Because that sounded very ominous to me. But I guess he was getting ready for something. And I'm glad we did Fridays with him because then it all culminated. And then I shifted to first person only because of that, because I felt it was his voice. And I didn't want to drown his voice with my voice, you know?
In fact, you mentioned that he said, if it's my story, it has to be my voice. That's right. Right? He made the decision.
Yeah, I mean, he was that way, not very modest.
So you were saying something.
Yes.
Yeah, you were talking about the soldiers,
Yeah.
the ethos and things like that. You know, we belong to the Sikh regiment. And this is the regiment which is the highest decorated regiment of the Indian Army.
And it's called the Tigers. And there's a story there. Yeah.
And ours, Paltan is known as Tigers, Shade. So our ethos and culture are basically, we call ourselves descendants of Maharana Ranjit Singh, Guru Gobind Singh, and so on and so forth. Like even our war cry is Bole Sonihal Sat Sri Akal. Those who believe in God, God is truth, they are invincible, that kind of thing.
So the soldier on his path to spiritual.
Absolutely.
Right?
Sant Sipahi, that's what we call ourselves.
Sant Sipahi.
Sant Sipahi.
Beautiful. Okay.
We are soldier also and a sant also.
And your God soldier.
God soldier.
Yeah. Okay.
And even in our regimental song, we have taken it from Savaiya. De Shivavar Mohe Shubh Karmante Kabhu na Taro. Na daru arson jab jaye laro. Nischay kar apni jeet kar.
So will you translate that, sir, for those who don't understand Hindi? or Punjabi?
Basically, praying to Lord Shiva, oh God, grant me this boon that I may never falter in doing my rights as a soldier. And bless me so that I always win in battle.
Always win. That is so beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Meenakshi, what I loved about this, that while, your father was such a, what should I say, well-rounded, holistic individual, because as he was being trained and, he talks about how he was chubby as a young cadet and kind of then, got into these long runs. But he was into theatre, into drama, into dancing, into riding. There were so many interests, which he carried on later on. And he calls himself quite a dramebaz, March is the month of my birthday. Yeah. I love that about him, that spirit and...
So there's a sense of, 18 till I die. So there is this flamboyance.
Till I die. Wow.
Yeah. So there's a lot of flamboyance, there's a lot of love and zest for life. And I think it's also a hallmark of a soldier that they have a very multifaceted kind of a lifestyle. So even though they are posted in remote areas, field areas, and they work really hard, but they also party. They have a good time, they have their lifestyle. So I think he used to embody that. But he was a lover of literature, by the way. And Jaipur Literature Festival was his thing. It was his jam. And he used to say, Jaipur, like, that's where I want to be. And it just seems like...
He's here?
Yeah.
Wow.
It just seems fortuitous, and that's what I love about this. Yeah, this whole setup. And the Sikh regiment being part of this whole, event.
Right.
He talked about this De Shiva Var Mohe, a beautiful song which says that I don't give up and I want to be blessed. And this Sant Sipahi, very oxymoron. How can a soldier be spiritual? But they can. And that's what...
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right,
Absolutely.
right.
And you also talk about the paradox of, being taught self-reliance, but also being part of a team. So the independence versus the interdependence, right? So, but has that changed? Right now, we're talking about 50 years ago, it was a lot about, I'm not saying hand-to-hand combat, but we didn't have AI, we didn't have technology the way we have today, right?
Definitely, the things are changing and things will change as the technology comes into existence and as it grows up. That's happening all around. So over every year or every time, once these things come, we do review our plans and such like things and adopt and adapt.
But with you being in a simulator or having a screen, there's a sense of being removed from the actual area of action, right? Do you think, does that impact your sense of patriotism and your zeal and matlab karke dikhayenge?
No. What your simulator, what is doing is just giving an practice. But practical thing is always done. You must have heard people going on exercise to border area and stuff like that. That happens. So that is a must.
Okay.
Simulator gives you an added advantage of saving your time and participation in the real battle time scenario.
However, I was actually referring also to drones. You can sit quietly in your control room. You're not flying that aircraft, right?
Things are changing, 100%.
Yeah. And are you happy with that, or would you rather
Yeah,
go back?
100%. Efficiency has gone up, and we are doing very well everywhere.
Okay. Becoming more deadly now.
100%.
Okay. So well said. So Meenakshi, give us one lasting, what is that one memory of your father that, every time you feel empty, how do you remember him?
I mean, the show must go on. I guess he was the kind of person who never felt that there was something sad about even death. Even death should be celebrated. As far as he was concerned, this is just a circle of life. There's something beautiful in it, and it'll go on. And I think this belief in spirituality is a very grounding belief. I don't think soldiers are ever afraid of death. In fact, they like to embrace it. They feel like, hey, give me an opportunity. He was the kind of person, if he was not invited to participate in a war, he would call up his CEO and say, why did I join the army? And my mother would be like, are you crazy? And he would be like, I can't sit at home, I'm sorry, like I need to go. So I don't think that at all, that lasting memory will always be that there is nothing to be afraid of. I think that's
Wonderful.
what it is.
I remember a line that I read, which I want to know, was that his line? 2 stars on your shoulder are worth more than $1 billion in the sky.
That's right. And I think this is the very typical when an officer gets commissioned into the service, that those stars on their shoulder mean a lot more than those in the sky.
100%.
Yeah, and that's the love for the armed forces and what it means to go through that.
And you have to
training.
earn it. You have to earn it.
Thank you.